Guys, live music is so cool. So fucking cool. I'm literally seeing Gojira and fucking Korn tomorrow. Being there in person, hearing songs that you listen to for years on Spotify or on a certain record or whatever the fuck, in person, performed by the same people who wrote them. It's just so fucking cool. Chris, Kyler, and I went to go see Limp Bizkit on their Loserville tour at their first show in Somerset, Wisconsin. And yes, that also means that we sat through Corey Feldman. It may have been one of the first times where I recognized every single fucking song. Even Full Nelson! You guys remember Full Nelson?
Yeah, I do.
Totally not because I made a 30-minute video documenting their history or whatever. So, what happens when you go and see an artist show and they're past their prime? I mean, usually, artists are still pretty on top of it, right? Lots of bands and artists are still good to go. Paul McCartney's still touring at 82, bringing his Got Back tour to Uruguay, Argentina, Chile, and Peru. Guns N' Roses and Motley Crue are still touring too. Hanging on by a thread, clearly. Metallica's still kicking ass too. In fact, me and the boys just went up to see him in Pantera a couple months ago, and they fucking killed it! Lars genuinely has improved so much over the last 2 years, it's insane. He can finally play in time again. I saw him play the One Machine Gun beat flawlessly in front of my very own eyes, and it was just breathtaking. Feels though may not be a strong suit anymore. We'll talk more about that in a couple months. Megadeth. Yeah, okay, Dave. Maybe you should consider retiring. Bizkit and Korn are obviously still going strong, but they're nowhere near retirement age, so that's out of the question. I actually read a Stereogum article a while back pondering on what would happen when we get to that point, though, written by one Eli Enos, detailing how bands like Judas Priest and Iron Maiden, while still touring right now, probably won't be in 10 years. But that article talks more about who's going to be the next big axe in metal rather than the actual older bands. So let's talk about Frankie Valli. Frankie Valli is one of the classics. He's best known for being the frontman for the Four Seasons, and is also known for his unusually powerful lead falsetto voice. Think about that for a moment. He's also fucking 90 years old and still touring strong. Get this man in Congress right now! This is what inspired me to make this video. Just look at this. Look at this. I mean, are you seeing this? They're just having him fucking stand up there, probably lip syncing to a live track from like 30 years ago. God knows what. Probably auto-tuned to shit. What is this? Now, before you go down to the comments, I'm not hating on the dude. This man has free will. He can do what he wants. But when you can barely muster the energy to lip sync to your songs that you wrote 70 years ago, it might be time to consider retiring. Frankie started the tour in 2020, but it got canceled due to COVID. Then he brought it back in 2021 with dates scheduling through 2024. In October 2023, Valli indicated that it would be his farewell tour and that the Four Seasons would effectively end its 65-year run with his retirement, but also now it's extended into 2025? Frankie's doing just fine and super happy to still be performing. The audiences are filling venues and listening to some great music. Frankie is doing what he loves to do at 90. We should all be so lucky. Huh? I mean, you guys heard it here first, folks. Frankie's just trucking along, doing what he loves to do. I mean, that's fine. But would you want to see your favorite artist decades past his or her prime moving around like Freddy Fazbear? Fuck. I don't get how or why he'd want to do that still. Not to mention the constant wear and tear of touring. Surely he's ready to call it quits for real, right? Elton actually retired last year at the ripe old age of 76 after headlining 300 plus shows across 6 years, which is insane to think about. Sure, his voice has been through the ringer since the 70s, but he still nailed every part on piano, and he definitely wasn't lip sync. Black Sabbath retired quite a bit ago, not even with Bill Ward because he was in bad health, but you know, they still retired and they kicked ass. Aerosmith announced a final tour, and they played a couple shows, but they had to back out for the rest of them because Steven Tyler never recovered from his vocal cord injury. No! Slayer had a farewell tour because Tom Araya wanted to spend more time with his family, but then they sporadically came back for a few headlining festival shows. Man, all this talk about retiring is really making me think here. Am I going to be performing live 70 years later, past my prime? Yeah, no, the answer to that is no. I tried, I filmed the whole last bit, you know, it's kind of funny, there's good punchline and everything, but I couldn't make myself look older. I tried, you know, so, here's a video of a chimpanzee. Look at this monkey, he's driving to the banana store. He's on his way, look at this silly little, what is going on here, you guys? He's got the GPS on. He's got the GPS on. Guys, I'd like to make an apology to all chimpanzee fans. That was actually an orangutan.